Hey guys, if you're watching this video, I'm assuming you're an Iron Man looking to start into the more dangerous bosses, a little bit like me, although I have a lot of experiences on my main. If not, but if you are still interested to know how to more effectively camp God Wars Dungeon 1 bosses at a lower level without soul split and the like, this video can still help with that. This video is less about DPS rotations and more about the actual walking process, so keep that in mind. Anyways, before we start poking at the boss and taking all its loot and money, it's important to know how enemy movement works when you walk underneath your target. Upon spawn, walking underneath anything will cause them to move west, east, or south. They'll never walk north, ever, so do not worry about that. When your target hits a wall, depending on what direction they're heading towards the wall, it can lead to different directions. If your target is walking east, they'll simply start walking west after hitting the wall. If your target is walking west, it will start walking south. Then, if your target is walking south, and there's open spots to west to east, it'll randomly choose between the two. However, in my experiences, it tends to favor the east side more. Here are some visual examples of what I mean. So let's say the boss spawns and you walk under it, then your target will start moving east. Once it hits a wall, it'll turn around and then head west. After moving west and hitting that wall, then it'll go south. If it hits yet another wall after that, it'll alternate between the west and east side, moving back and forth. Simple, right? It gets even more so from here, even though there's more elements to the mix. Now if it walks west initially, it's pretty much an abridged version of something walking east. It goes west, then it goes south, and then it bounces between the west and east on the wall. That's old news. Walking south initially is yet another abridged version of going west. It goes south, and then it bounces between west and east. Let's get to fighting the actual boss. Starting off, quickly fill your prayer if you need, then stand very close to where the boss will normally spawn. Like for something like Krill, will be at the southwest portion of the arena. Right as it spawns, get on it and start DPSing down. As you go walk underneath your target, take note of what direction your target is facing and moving. For this kill, he walked south, then he went east after hitting that wall. Keep walking. At this point, it becomes fairly easy as Krill only go west-east, bouncing back and forth between the walls like the world's most oversized ping pong ball. Once you kill the boss, get on the minions and start building adrenaline for the next kill. I like to stick to above 90% so I can instantly start every kill with the meta. Kill the minions in however fashion you like. If you want to walk them, go right ahead. If you just want to tank the damage, go right ahead. Then adrenaline stall until the next kill. Now I bet you're wondering, well, why not just kite instead of walk, considering kiting is easier? Well, kiting is most definitely easier to do initially, but walking nets more benefits. Not only can you walk a few minions, but it also becomes easier to avoid the boss's attacks, considering you only need to go to a few directions instead of spam clicking to get away on the fly. In the end though, if you can't really nail down walking, kiting is another way. From here, just repeat the same thing over and over. It takes practice if you're not used to walking, but eventually you'll nail it and you'll be able to successfully camp for a full instance. With that said, here's the rest of the kills within the instance just to give you an idea of how to recover from bad situations, what's your general DPS rotation, etc. Sit back and enjoy, and thank you for watching.